I'm Chris Trott with Team TaylorMade, and this is Trotty Does Scotland. Don't know what happened between 2 days when it came to the weather now. It was coming in sideways versus the day before. Filmed a ton of content with Team TaylorMade in the morning. Then went out to play golf with the My TaylorMade Plus coach, Chris Ryan.
Joining me for the back nine, old buddy of mine, Chris Ryan. What's up,
Hello,
man?
mate. It's been a few years, hasn't it?
It's been a few, looking forward to this. You ready? You playing much golf?
You can turn the wind down a little bit if you can, but
I
yeah,
would
this
like
is going to
it.
be good. Back nine at Dundonald should be good.
Let's see what you got. I'll let
You're
you
gonna
hit
drive it,
off,
right?
mate. I'm hitting driver because that's what the caddy says. I was about as enthralled about hitting it as I was about leaving the halfway house.
Well, I'm going 2-iron. Wind's off the right.
What do we used to play for? Can of Coke or something?
And a Mars bar.
All right, same
Mars bar.
same odds.
That's good, I think. Around the corner.
I think so, but the caddies aren't saying a word, which has got me worried. Is that screwed or what? All right, good. We're off to a good start.
Very good. I mean, yeah, as you say, heavily involved with the TaylorMade Plus app. Great to be involved with that because I think it's something which I don't say needed to happen in the golf industry, but it was kind of screaming out for that real community. I think that's what TaylorMade have done with you.
Are you happy with where the game's going? I mean, here we are, and we are more chill. Obviously, you always had a bit of flair for the threads, and I can see you've gone for a bit of mustard here today. You always look sharp. But did you think it would go where it is? I mean, we're playing, we've got cameras going on, the caddy's not saying a word, I've hit it in the deep head. I'm going to say something, you know what I mean? But did you ever think that we would be in? Golf's in a good spot, right?
Golf's in a really good place, yeah, and I think, you know, you mentioned the clothing and that kind of thing. It's just a good example of where golf's gone because when I grew up, you wore golf clothes.
Yeah.
All golf manufacturers, you know, and my dad would pick me up from the golf course and we'd be driving home and he'd stop off at the shop and say, oh, we need to grab some things like bread and milk. And I'm like, I'm not going in there in my golf clothes. I look like an idiot. Yeah. Whereas now, you know, the fashion, you can look better on the golf course, you can express yourself, you can get away with shoes like that. It's good, and I think golf is, and now you think, you know, people are playing golf with music on the buggy and it's just in a better place. I think it's a little bit more open, I think, and people can look at golf and go, yeah, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. It's a big role that you've landed here, this My TaylorMade Plus. You're one of the lead coaches on there. You do great YouTube stuff. You explain it very well. How did you get your style to where you are now to have it come to where we're at?
I just think it's experience. I've always been someone who loves to learn. You know, learn about the golf swing, and then later on learning about videography and editing and that. And I was always like really keen to learn about the golf swing. And I think I kind of got a decent knowledge of the golf swing, but then experience kind of told me that, you know, I'm looking at like the golf swing and learning all about that, but I'm thinking I've got someone in front of me and I need to learn actually how to convey that message better. And my golf coaching, I think, is as my knowledge has got greater, I think the message I deliver is simpler, and I think it's easy then for the consumer to then take that on board. And especially when you're communicating through online or through, you know, through the app, you know, you've got to have a clear message. It's got to be simple, and the way that the app works now, the messages can be simple because you can give them a simple message, they implement it, send it back, and you can move on to the next stage. So it's kind of there, you're with them on the journey. It's just a much better way of doing it, really.
I like it.
When you play golf with someone like Chris, you're gonna ask a lot of questions. It's just natural, right? We all love golf. I'm playing with a great golf coach, asking questions back, forth, working on different shots. My TaylorMade Plus app, it's exactly that. If you want to get better at golf, and if you want to bounce ideas off someone who knows what they're on about, who's qualified in this stuff, you can have all that, and you do it yourselves. When you play golf with great players, that's exactly what you do. So why wouldn't you do it when you can have it immediately in an app? So we had a great game. The wind was howling, and it all comes down to the last, and I'm one up. And then a great spot to be in. Par 5, I lay up in 2. Chris hits it in the right, he lays up. So we're in the same spot. I don't hit a great third shot. I wanted to put a bit more heat on him. But then the guy stands there, I think he had 76 yards. He almost holes it.
Only my caddy knows that was 15 feet right of where I was trying to hit it.
Which was just so frustrating. We walked off with a half. Well done, Chris. Annoying, but well played.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Great game, mate.
It's our last night here at Dundonald Links. The lodges have been amazing. What a base to start our Scotland trip. But we're finishing it off. They've laid it on properly with this whiskey tasting room. Looking forward to the experience. The room is fantastic. The menu looks fantastic. What a trip this is going to be. I'm looking forward to the evening ahead. After such a tough day, to go into the clubhouse, that warm environment, and have this setting was awesome. Now look, I'm not the biggest whiskey fan, but as the evening gets going and you realise that you're in the company of someone who is so passionate about their craft, about what they love, it's just overall, whenever you're around people like that, anything, you know, it's an amazing experience and you can't help but get carried away with it.
So you only need a bit of white paper, you need one of these glasses, you need to hold it correctly first, so that's fine. Honestly, what you were doing there is fine. Don't hold it here. Can anyone think why you wouldn't hold it here?
Changes the temperature.
Damn right, well done. Six professional golfers can't teach him how to chip. I can teach him how to drink whiskey.
I've actually done a whiskey tasting experience before, but it was nothing like this one. This was different level. The amount of information, pairing it with the food, beyond anything I'd done before. And then to bring out the cask, the old version, the old style, it's aged, it's just so traditional. That was mind-blowing.
So the original plan for this whiskey is you're going to taste Bunnahabhain 18 years old, which means a minimum 18 years ago, this whiskey was distilled and put into oak casks and left for 18 years. Quite a long time, 18 years in a cask, minimum, before then we would marry it together and turn it into this whiskey in front of you. But when I got here tonight, we didn't have enough 18-year-old. So you're having Bunnahabhain 25-year-old. So, upgrade.
So we're tipping this over, getting it on its side. Feeling the weight. I'm not sure there's much weight. Oh, there's weight in there. We're stealing the whiskey. Here we go. There's plenty in there. I might just neck this, to be honest. Here we go. I definitely got full. You can tell I'm from Liverpool.
You'd need to go to an auction. Yep.
The copper tubing experience and the story behind it was a tale in itself. The fact that you would drop this copper tubing that the guys would use to check the barrels with through the top of the barrel, that had to hit the bottom and make that thud noise, fall on its side, fill, that was your quota, that was your amount. And then you pour it in and it's thick, it's got a strong smell to it. You appreciate, even if you're not a big whiskey guy, what you're about to taste. The atmosphere in the room at this point was brilliant. Obviously the evening was in full flow. We got the games going after that, but it was an awesome way to finish a night and to bring everyone together in a true Scottish experience. I really enjoyed it, and like I'm saying, not my drink of choice, but leaving with an appreciation for what it is. Thanks for coming, everyone. Awesome to have you. I've been fitting golf clubs for a very long time, and I already after 3 days, I'm having probably the best TaylorMade trip I've ever done, which is all because of the Barstool guys. So lovely to have you. Enjoy the evening. We got whiskey tasting, little sip for the toast.
Cheers.
Barstool.
Cheers, mate.
Foreplay.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Enjoy the evening. Brendan, over to you, my friend. It's yours from here. Cheers, Ryan. Next on Trotty Does Scotland.